Hey guys, PokéDan here. We all love it when a new Pokemon game is revealed. Whether it's a mainstream Pokemon game or a side game / spin-off, there's always someone out there that loves the game and would consider it to be their favourite. Recently, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were revealed to be the new Pokemon games for this year, and as hyped as I am for the release of these games, I thought that for today's video we'd take a look at some Pokemon games that don't get as much attention because they aren't mainstream. That's right, today I'm counting down my top 5 favourite Pokemon side games. It's probably worth the mention, but I haven't played tons of Pokemon side games, so I can only really include those I have played. So sadly, that means no Pokemon Stadium, Colosseum, or Gales of Darkness. I know, I'm sorry, but I guess at least that means that maybe in the future I can make a blind playthrough on the channel of these games. Of course, it goes without saying guys, this is all in my opinion, so be sure to let me know in the comments what is your favourite Pokemon side game. But with all that being said, let's get started. Coming in at the number 5 spot on this list is a side game from my youth that's full of nostalgia for me. It's Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii. When I was younger, I didn't own a Wii myself, but my friend did, and that's how I got introduced to the game. I really enjoyed playing Battle Revolution on the Wii at my friend's house, and every time I played it, I'd go home and tell my mum all about it, and one day my mum bought me and my siblings a Wii to share. And with that Wii, I also had my own copy of Battle Revolution to play. So for anyone else who played this Pokemon battling game, you know that the game wasn't really that addictive. But for some reason, I just loved the game. It reminded me of how characters from the Pokemon anime would fight. I mean, the visuals of the moves being used. Being a huge fan of the Pokemon anime when I was younger, that's probably why I like this game so much. It was just so fun to play, and it's really nostalgic for me. Next up on the list are 2 games I used to play on an emulator just to pass time, and those games are Pokemon Pinball and the Ruby and Sapphire version of Pokemon Pinball as well. I never owned these games on the handheld consoles, but like I mentioned, I used to play these games a lot on emulators, especially when I was waiting for videos to render. What can I say, it just gave me something to do. Nowadays, I don't play these games as often, but I still have memories of myself enjoying these games previously. With the Pokemon Pinball games, fair to say that there's not really too much story involved, but it's just a fun game to fill your time, and it certainly did that for me, and for that reason, the pinball games just deserve the mention on this list. The next game on this list comes from a series of Pokemon side games known as Mystery Dungeon, but I have to say that sadly I've only played one Mystery Dungeon game, and that's the number 3 spot on this list, Gates to Infinity. This was a game I never even wanted. I got it as a Christmas gift, and as soon as I started playing it, I fell in love with the game. Adventuring through the Pokemon world, playing as a Pokemon was pretty fun, and it's an awesome concept that I adore. Sadly, this is the only Mystery Dungeon game I have played. However, I got Super Mystery Dungeon for Christmas last year, so I'll get around to playing that when I find the time. But if it's anything like Gates to Infinity, I know that I'll really enjoy the game. For its amazing story and entertainment value for me, I just had to put this game on the list. Coming in at the number 2 spot on this list is a game that brought back Pokemania. Well, for like a month. It's Pokemon Go. I remember when Pokemon Go first came out, all of the Pokemon community was trying to play the mobile game first, including myself, and I was doing all sorts to get the game early, like changing my mobile phone's region. It was just absolutely crazy, but it was also fun too. The game itself for me was very addicting at first. When I wanted to catch all the Kanto Pokemon when the game first came out, I was glued to my phone, going off adventuring to Pokestops and such. And it was great to see everyone enjoying a game from the franchise that I love and devoted my YouTube channel to. After a while, of course, Pokemon Go started to get kind of dull. I mean, I booted it back up when Johto Pokemon were available, but I wasn't playing for too long. Nowadays, I play the game if I'm in the car or if I'm walking somewhere, but even then, it's not that often. Although the game became kinda stale, I still remember loving seeing everyone playing Pokemon again, and for that reason I had to mention Pokemon Go on this list. And the number 1 spot on this list goes to the Pokemon Ranger games, except this one because I haven't played it yet. When I was younger, I got the first Ranger game from the Nintendo DS and I just loved playing it. Like with playing as a Pokemon in the Mystery Dungeon games, playing as a Pokemon Ranger was something different and I really liked it. After a while, I ended up losing my copy of Pokemon Ranger, but a few months ago when my bedroom was being redecorated, I thankfully found a copy and remembered how much I enjoyed playing the game. For my birthday this year, I bought myself a copy of Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and I've only just completed the game and it was a great game with an amazing story and great characters too. What can I say, I just really like the Pokemon Ranger franchise, and when I can, I'll play the final game for sure. Something I also remember when I was younger too was seeing Pokemon Rangers in the anime, and I remember loving seeing them on my screen as well. I'd love for there to be another Ranger game, even if it's very unlikely to happen. Oh Dan, it will never happen, you are being very dumb. Well, I would just love for it to be a thing anyway, because the Ranger franchise is awesome. But anyway guys, that's pretty much it for this video, so if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, remember that this list was all in my opinion, so feel free to let me know what Pokemon side games you enjoyed in the comments. But for now, I've been PokéDan, you've been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time.